I grew up in a household that did not really understand me. I think I really felt misunderstood. Frankly, I was growing up gay in a very straight, conservative, Southern family in a small town in Tennessee, outside of Nashville, with all brothers, and it was a very challenging experience for me. I was just basically a drug addict. I just got out of the shower. I don't even want to take the time to do my hair and like turn on my ring lights and everything. I'm just so excited to tell you about everything. So like, I don't even want to take the time to do that. But give me a minute. Let me get dressed and not have wet hair, and then we'll talk. Fuck it. I'm not even gonna do my hair. All right. Welcome my people. Welcome my audience. Welcome truth seekers and people that want to grow. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Today I want to talk about something a little more personal to me. I kind of wanted to share my story from beginning to end. And I've been really excited to do this. Every day I'm just like waking up and feeling like there's so much I want to share. Yesterday I was so fucking excited about really just like jumping into my gifts and getting started with sharing with you guys. Today I wanted to chat with you guys a bit more and get deeper. Let me turn off this fan. So, yeah, I've been through it, guys. I've been through it. Really have been through it. And that's not to say that I'm like trying to throw a pity party or something like that, because that's literally not the case. I want to share my story and show you guys how you can help, you know, overcome these obstacles and these things in your life. You know, I think oftentimes we forget that, in my opinion, perspective is one of the best things you can have in life. And I want to share some perspective. But I thought I would just get on here and share what I've been through from beginning to end, and like look and see how that can help you guys and give you the opportunity to grow. So I'm gonna start at the very beginning, and I'm sure that I will leave things out. If you want to know more, ask and I'll make a video about it. I can also teach specific lessons that I've learned in this story and get deeper with you and show you what what you're meant to take from these lessons in life, and how you grow through adversity, and how you transmute your pain into power, and all of these things that have helped define me as to who I am now. But anyways, my name is Michael. For those that don't know, Michael Weist, not Weist, Weist. And I'm excited to share with you. So yeah, I'm a 28-year-old gay entrepreneur from Nashville, Tennessee. I have lived in Los Angeles before, and yeah, anyways, let's just jump into it. Okay, so starting out, I grew up in a household that did not really understand me. I think I really felt misunderstood. Frankly, I was growing up gay in a very straight, conservative, Southern family in a small town in Tennessee, outside of Nashville, with all brothers, and it was a very challenging experience for me. I didn't have community in my life. I felt deeply alone. I felt deeply misunderstood. It wasn't until this past year during Christmas that my mom played one of the videos from my childhood, and I saw myself, this shell of who I am, sad, and just, I felt so bad for him. In the closet, misunderstood. Anyways, fast forward to like the memory that I have. I was around 17, and high school like sucked. Again, I felt misunderstood. I was one of the only gay kids closeted. I was overweight. I was feeding myself food every day on the way to school. I would eat like a Chick-fil-A breakfast, and I was just living my whole life for pleasure, I guess, and really just like living my whole life to hide who I was. Very, very closeted, very much. Like in this video from Christmas, my aunt asked me what I got for Christmas, and it was an iTunes gift card, back when iTunes was before Apple Music, and I responded with one word. She asked what I got, and I just said music, because I was so afraid that if I said any other word outside of just one word response, that they would see who I was. They would see that I was gay. They would see that I was different. And my family wouldn't accept me or love me for who I was. So understanding that mindset that I had, I started to operate through high school. I did not have community or friends, really. I mean, I had people at school, but they didn't understand the real me. I came out my senior year of high school to a friend who I previously thought I was in love with, a girl, and she was just like, you know, we accept you, we know who you are, we've always known, we love you, and she helped me come out to my parents. When I came out to my parents, that was a very hard journey. My mom said, we would love you even if you had a tail, which automatically insinuates that I'm different, right? Like if I had a tail, that would make me different, so somehow being gay made me different. My dad responded very, very harshly and threw money in my face and was like, go to the strip club, this will turn you straight. I really distanced myself from the family at that point. I went to Disneyland with some friends and I tweeted that I'm gay and I'm coming out, you know, blah, blah, blah. My parents called me, told me to take it down because it would affect their businesses and would bring down their business. Fast forward to now, my parents are much more accepting, much more loving. We've healed that relationship. But I want you to understand that mindset that I'm coming from because it will take you into where I'm going. So that was like early development, early childhood. Ultimately, you know, I think I continued to operate through high school until one day I felt so alone and so sheltered that I decided to, I guess, do something about it and find a way out. So I started, you know, I was on social media. I was like a DJ at the time. So because I felt like I didn't have community at the time, I opened social media and was looking for community on social media. I realized that I had a talent of like DJing and throwing these parties. I was doing that in high school, DJing already, DJing for like, my mom was the realtor for the Kings of Leon, so I would DJ like little events for them, things like that. But that ultimately led me the idea of like, I should DJ for these Viners and get them to invite their fans, and maybe I'll find community through that. I think that was, you know, what I was thinking. And so ultimately, fast forward, all through high school, I started throwing these events called Party with the Viners, where I would DJ for influencers, and the influencers would invite their fans, and we would have meet and greets. And it very quickly caught on. It made a lot of money really quick. My first show made like $30,000 in 30 seconds. It sold out with, you know, this creator, Jacob Whitesides, who was in MagCon back in the day, for those that remember MagCon, and several other creators. And just by reaching out and you know, cultivating this experience where creators could connect with their fans, which was a lot of fun. And it kind of catapulted my life in a very big way. Ultimately, that led me to doing several multinational tours, you know, going all across the United States, doing meet and greets, where I would bring these influencers to their fans. I eventually just phased out DJing. I realized that wasn't who I was, didn't want to do that. Don't know why I thought I needed to do that. I think it was just so that I felt better about myself, maybe. It's really a small piece. And then these shows kept doing very well. It got bigger and bigger. I realized that not only can I organize these shows, I can start to help the creators in a bigger way and manage their careers. I can help them get brand deals. I can help connect the bridge between this world and the bigger world. Because I had done it, right? I'd connected it to my world, and so I thought I can do that for everyone. And I did it with a lot of success. Ultimately, I realized I can manage their careers, I can manage their, you know, their merchandising. I saw all these things. So I started doing that. I started to, you know, ask the creators that were coming on my shows if I can represent them. That turned into talent management. Fast forward a couple years, I had started working with Bryce Hall and a couple other creators at the time doing different tours and such. We all made this collective decision to just like move to LA. I decided I was gonna manage Bryce Hall. We were all gonna move to Los Angeles and start our lives. That journey was super exciting. It was pretty scary for me to take that big risk from moving from my small town with some people I'd only ever worked with on the internet and done tours with and shows with, to move into a house with, which was low-key like one of the first content houses. Anyways, we moved to Los Angeles. We ended up getting an apartment at first, waiting on one of the other creators to come into the picture. Once he was ready to come in the picture, we got a house up in the Hollywood Hills, and it was like me, Bryce Hall, several other creators. Anyways, I was approached by Hulu at the time. I was doing very big brand deals. You know, again, we were kind of pioneering the space. I was one of the first talent managers who were working with creators to get them brand deals, to get them in front of brands, to get them money, to get them partnerships. I know I needed to support my lifestyle by getting out of this small town and, you know, moving there. I needed to support that lifestyle and provide for my creators. I also thought if I did that, maybe it would bring love to me. Anyways, I essentially was one of the first talent managers to really pioneer that space. Designing shoes with Nike and Mark Thomas, doing all kinds of different partnerships. You know, you can read on and on about it. Worked with the biggest brands in the world, did, you know, multiple tours during this time. Honestly, it was like a whirlwind. It was really crazy. Hulu approached me and wanted to document the process about what was going on. I was like, yeah, I'm all for it. Come. And they came and filmed several years of my life. For those of you that don't know, that documentary is on Hulu. It's called Jawline. It's kind of got like my story paralleled with this small town kid from Austin who wants, or from Tennessee, named Austin, who wants to move on with his life and, you know, get out of a small town. Kind of the same thing I was doing at the time. And it became this beautiful cautionary tale that I think is really insightful and really, you know, much needed. So anyways, fast forward from that, you know, I'm living in LA, meeting a lot of people, doing a lot of brand deals, partying all the time. Oh my God, we threw the biggest parties, like all the time. I mean, we had hundreds of people showing up at our house to have parties every weekend. It was just like living for this lifestyle that was sort of self-destructive and distracting us from our real issues. Eventually those real issues came up in the relationships and caused sort of a major falling out. For those of you that don't know, I'm still under like NDAs and such with a lot of these stories. You can look it up online. There was some lawsuits involved where my creators said some things online and I sued them and there was a settlement reached. But that kind of ended that relationship with, you know, everything that was going on there. I was also in a lot of pain. But I still had a lot of friends and connections from Los Angeles, so I moved back to Nashville, to my hometown. It felt like I had lost everything because of these legal disputes, and you know, my clients had like left me, and it felt very sad. Really rough time for me. Moved back to Nashville with my friend Larry. You may know him as Larray. He came back with me, and we spent a lot of time in Nashville together at my hometown. Just living and growing, working on Larry's career, doing a couple projects together. During that time, you know, I was still kind of living bi-coastal. I would go back to LA, do deals, hang out with people, whatever. At some point in this time, while Larry and I are living in Nashville, TanaCon comes into my world. They want help doing this event. Tan and I get connected. You know, we say we're gonna do this event. As you saw how that turned out, that really shook my life in a big way. Not only did I, you know, maybe had not fully recovered from the first major trauma, I think it probably compounded it even more when, I don't know, I lost everything. And truthfully, I was acting with the best intentions. I wanted to help Tana. I wanted to help all these creators. I wanted to build that community for myself, a small town kid. There was nothing malicious about it. The whole world thought that I was evil. Tana tried to make me out to be some villain. It simply wasn't the case. I just made some mistakes. I was a kid. I don't even know how old. I was probably 23, 22. Young, really young, and trying everything I could to just make my dreams come true. And frankly, it was fucked up for like Tana to treat me that way and throw me under the bus, but I understand that she did it for her own reasons. You know, after everything happened, I ended up having to file for bankruptcy. For those of you that don't know, tanacon did not go well. We had way too many people show up, and long story short, the fire department shut the door. People got locked outside, sunburned for standing outside too long. Just madness, ultimately madness. I got canceled all over the internet in a very big way, which fucking fucks with your mind in a way that you have never seen. Anyways, that put me into the darkest depression that I have ever felt in my entire life. And for many, 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 many years. Because I was really just trying my best and really just trying to do what I thought was right and put myself out there. And frankly, people are scared to put themselves out there every day. I was being brave. I was trying to do what I thought I could do. I was trying to chase my dreams. Maybe I overshot. I mean, for sure, I probably overshot. But I just wanted to make her dreams come true and make my dreams come true. You know, as you guys know, there was a series with Shane Dawson. There was a series on Amazon Prime, whatever. But it sent me into a really, really dark time. Excuse me. It sent me into a dark ass fucking time. There were nights that I would cry. I was dark, just overall darkness is all I saw. No hope, nothing. And it just got worse and worse and worse as time went on. I remember nights where I would sit in my closet with the shotgun and just cry. Crying to just ease the pain of everyone on the internet telling me to kill myself over nothing, like over a mistake at that. I remember driving through Starbucks and getting drinks thrown in my face in my car. I had to file bankruptcy for everything that I lost at the event. I lost like $750,000 because I had overextended myself and leveraged sponsorships to pay for the venue and this, and this. Anyways, filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, lost everything that I had built up to that point, and what I felt like was my credibility, my integrity, my authenticity, and who I was, my entire identity at that point. Which was fucking crazy for you to, like, fucking crazy. Can you imagine being canceled on a global scale? Not just like being canceled, you know, your friends don't like you. No. Every major news article, every major news network, local TV channels, people popping up from my high school being like, this guy used to sell weed brownies at school. Bitch, no I didn't. No I didn't. What the fuck is he talking? I don't even... Just all the crazy, like, I knew him from this, he's evil, this. Everywhere I looked was hate and darkness, and it just clouded me like I have never seen. Like, you could never imagine. When I went in public, I got noticed. Are you the tanacon guy? Are you the Segway guy? All of these things. And I was like, I think I was enjoying being recognized for something and being seen, but I was just so ashamed. It created a fear of being seen, because every time I would be seen for who I was, I would get fucking attacked by drinks thrown in my face or being told to kill myself. I stopped posting online because I was scared. I would only post, you know, it changed everything about who I was. Darkest time of my life. Moreover, I had lost everything financially, so after that happened, I saw no way out. So I was like, you know what, I've got to work, I've got to get myself out of this hole. I know who I want to be one day, I've got to get myself out, I've got to pick myself up. I started a company called Juice Crate a couple years later that was meant to be, let's work with creators who are not like this. Let's work with creators who are not going to throw me under the bus, who are not going to fuck me over. Let's work with authenticity and talent. There's a little bit of press about Juice Crate online. We did a couple big tours with some TikTokers. It was right when TikTok was like starting to blow up. You know, we had a lot of creators on that tour, and it was a lot of fun. There's a plaque in my office on the wall of all the creators there. But honestly, I was still in such a dark place after TanaCon. I would take Adderall. I got an Adderall prescription. I would take Adderall every day to make myself work, right? Like, I knew I had to work. Let's just get it done. Take an Adderall every day. For the record, I don't really know if I have ADHD or not. I just kind of like told the doctor, I think I have ADHD. Can I get an Adderall prescription? Got it. Kept asking for more. Abused it. Eventually, things with Juice Crate got so bad because I was so dark that I was like imploding the company. I was essentially self-destructing it or something. Juice Crate ended up filing for bankruptcy as well. Simply because, frankly, we were owed, like, we did a lot of really big projects, and I'm really proud of the brand and what we built. There was a lot of darkness involved with building that brand, you know, and overcoming a lot of personal boundaries, but I needed to do it to heal. You know, I was scared of throwing another convention after TanaCon, another meet and greet, which I had done many years and many times before that. So I did one under Juice Crate to heal that wound and to prove that I can still do it. And it was a great success. You know, we had a lot of really great creators come, but ultimately still so much darkness surrounding me and my life and my energy. In this cycle of abusing Adderall, I got addicted. It became so bad that I was just like, I would wake up, consume as much Adderall as I could to just work and do whatever I needed to do to get the day done. And then I would go sit in my house, watch a movie, drink alcohol so I wouldn't feel the side effects, because Adderall had a lot of side effects. And so then I would eat a bunch of food and drink alcohol, and I was fucked. Completely fucked. It just kept getting darker and darker and darker. Not only was I running away from my issues and my like all the feelings that happened from tanacon and everything else in my life, all the traumas, my parents, my family, everything else, I was further compounding it by using a substance like Adderall to stimulate me enough to work and get through things in hoping that like someone would love me enough to like resolve the issues for me, I guess, which is insane. But it got so bad one day that I would just stay up for days at a time and just eat Adderall like a fucking meth addict, bro. Like, I was crazy. And it reflected in my life and in my business, in my personal connections. Everything about my life was just awful. Awful, 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 awful. I was a shell of a person. Like, horrible. I didn't feel like I had any hope in life. I didn't feel like I had any connections. I had no reason to live outside of what I could do for someone else through my work. And maybe that would make them like me. Shit was fuck. It was very fucked. And very dark. And ultimately, now I can look back and be grateful for that because I appreciate so much more about where I am. Just a couple days ago, I fell to my knees in the shower, crying, weeping, thanking the universe and God and source and creator and my divine energy for like all the gifts that I've been given. And frankly, I don't know that I would understand all of that without all the adversity that I've been through. But anyways, one day with Adderall, I essentially ate so much of this pill, which like, for the record, let's say they did prescribe you 1 pill a day. I was eating like 15 pills a day. Just as soon as it would like start to wear off, I'd take another stimulant and just live kind of for the high. But one day I felt nauseous and I felt like I was gonna throw up. I looked in the mirror and everything was spinning. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Realizing that I essentially overdosed on Adderall. I threw up and I was like lucky to be alive. And that was really a wake-up call that something had to change. That was a wake-up call that something was wrong and I needed to fix it and stop. I mean, I couldn't even pack a suitcase to leave without taking a stimulant. And perhaps I should have warned you guys before we started this video that I've been through some shit and shit got dark. Anyways, during this time, I'm accomplishing a lot still. I did a Weist documentary. I went on Dr. Phil. I did a lot in there, but I was still operating in this darkness and all of this pattern of dark behavior and ignoring my feelings and running away from my trauma and everything else. So fast forward to the next major milestone that I think in my life, and that is this beautiful, beautiful soul enters my life. I start managing him and we just create a beautiful connection and we end up healing each other. He creates so much reflection in myself and my soul that it reminded me of who I am and who I wanted to be, and it created this awareness. It woke me up and created this awareness within myself that I want to be the best version of myself, not only for people that care about me, but the world and for myself. And that inspired me to really take stock of my life and continue to grow every day. That inspired me to overcome and address every feeling that I've ever had, which I had, been trying to work through on several other sort of past projects and occasions, but I suppose to no avail. And yeah, it just started to make me like really work on myself. I looked in the mirror and was like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to look like this anymore. I want to feel like an athlete. I want to look like an athlete. I want to feel like the best version of myself. I want to feel happy. I want to feel abundant. I want to feel cared. I want to feel seen. And so I started to do deep inner work, which I will tell all about. And then I got introduced to the celebrity energy. During this process of healing, I encountered one of the most universal experiences of my life. I started working with a major celebrity and it changed my life and perspective. I saw how the celebrity energy worked. I saw how they operate. I saw how they helped people. I saw so much more perspective. And frankly, those two occasions are probably the two greatest blessings of my life. This beautiful soul who entered and woke me the fuck up, and then experiencing the celebrity energy perspective. All of that have created this version of myself now. And for the record, I'm still all versions of myself, past and future. And I'm so full of light now and love. And like I've healed, I say healed, I'm still healing every day. And I'm still working to be better every day, as we all are. But I have just changed my perspective on everything. I can show you how to overcome all of your fears. I can show you how to become the best version of yourself. And I'm far from where I want to be, but I know that I want to help you heal. I know that I want to help everyone never feel like what I felt in my life. I want to help everyone become the best version of themselves. I want to help everyone's vibrations raise. I want to raise everyone's frequencies. I want to raise everyone's consciousness. And I want to help the world become a better place. For far too long, frankly, I have a beautiful soul and I love myself. And for far too long did I hate myself and feel like the world was such a dark place. I'm ready to spread this light for everyone. I'm so ready to help each of you become your true, authentic, best self. It has taken me a long fucking time to get here, and through substantial adversity, through substantial weakness, through controversies, through so much to get to this point. And I know we're just getting started with each other, and there's so much more to talk about. Lessons that I've learned with working with this creator and this creator and this creator, experiences with this. There is so much to give you, and I can't wait. As you can see from the beginning of this video, I was excited as fuck to just start to tell you my story. I am going to take you on this journey with me. Let authenticity, I'm in alignment with the universe, and so I am going to let alignment and universe drive the fucking vehicle. I have no idea what that means for my life again, but wherever it leads me, I'm gonna go. Unapologetically and unafraid, and help as many people as I can along the way. I want to thank all of you for helping me get to this point and for helping me understand who I'm meant to be. I want to thank all of you for really just getting me to this point and letting me share this story and this journey with you. Again, I have no idea where it's going to take me and us, but I'm excited for you to come along. And I don't even know what this means for my life. I just know that I have a calling to help other people never feel like this, and to feel better and empower them and help them understand everything from financial freedom to influence to unlocking their mind to unlocking their income. I've been through a lot, but I'm here now, fully abundant, fully okay with being seen, fully full of love. I'm just in a really great place, and I want to share that with everyone. And I mean that in the most genuine way possible. I have worked fucking hard to unlock financial freedom through 2 bankruptcies to overcome and get to this point now. And I'm only gonna do more. And I wanna take you guys with me and help you guys unlock your mind, your income, your influence, and help each of you really discover who you are and captivate the world and unlock your inner celebrity energy and become that person that the world needs. Which is just crazy this is all fucking crazy. This is just crazy to think about. I was just basically a drug addict, and I'm so grateful to be here and to help each of you. Yeah, whatever you want to know about my story, ask. I'll tell you. Whatever you guys need to know, I will literally tell you. If you have video ideas, message me. If you need help overcoming your difficulties, message me. I'm excited for this journey. And I hope that my story, even just this little bit of my story, has helped you understand who you are. We're gonna get deeper. We're gonna get much deeper. But this is just the beginning. And again, everything I'm filming is just coming straight from my heart, straight from source and who I am. And as I feel a calling to make a video, I will do that. If I feel like I want to make a video about what I learned through tanacon or what I learned through working with this creator or whatever, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna give you all of it. And I hope that you stay along with me for this journey and we grow together and we learn together and we get to experience humanity together. And maybe we'll raise the consciousnness of the world just a little bit and get people thinking just a little bit brighter about the world and overcoming their adversities. I was gonna go on a walk, but I thought I would just try to wrap it up again. All of that in my story to say, and frankly, some of them are really, really deep, right? But all of that to say, I wanna fucking help you guys. I think I have discovered my life's purpose, and that is to just help other people overcome their adversities, to be a life coach, to be a mentor, to be a talent coach, to be someone who helps other people overcome their weaknesses and their traumas and their pains and unlock their mind so that they can make money. And it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better because you know why? I am abundant. I am loved. I am light. I am a being of light. And I'm going to help everyone that I can. And that starts with you guys. That really starts with you guys. And I hope that you come with me. I hope you take this journey with me. I fucking can't wait for the future. I literally have chills right now, bro. Like, I cannot wait. From becoming a version of me that hated myself, sitting in the closets with shotguns, addicted to Adderall in order to provide my self-worth and my love to other people so that they would love me instead of loving myself, to the person I am now is night and day. But I'm here for you, I'm here with you, and I'm here to help you. And together, there is nothing we cannot do.